What is up, guys? We got a 2003 Lexus ES300 with an oil leaking problem. As you can see right there, there's a puddle sitting right underneath the front bank, and I mean, it was leaking everywhere, as you can tell. So we're gonna go ahead and do this job. These are the couple of pictures I took in the beginning. You have to remove the strut brace. And after that, all of the air cleaners and intake boot and the throttle body, the usual stuff. Also, all of the vacuum switches that sit right on top of the intake manifold. It's just two 10mm nuts. That's what I set on the side right there. It's still connected, but you don't have to remove those because they're brittle by now. They will break apart, so just set it to the side. After you remove the throttle body, you see that bolt on the side there? Okay, remove that. That's a 12mm. It's a bracket holding the intake, and there's another one after that one, deeper. All right, so now the intake plenum is ready to come out. I hope. Actually, now we got PCV valve hose right there. I gotta release that one. That's the last piece of the puzzle. Okay, the intake is out of our way. So now, this was very difficult to get to. This bracket has a 14mm bolt, and the way I approached it, and it still hurts because my hand was jammed between these two clearances, very, very tight. But I had to use my ratcheting wrench, the small ones. And thank God the bolt wasn't on really tight, because I definitely did not have enough leverage there. But like I said, thankfully it wasn't too tight. That's the next bracket. That's a 12mm, and that's the easy one. As soon as you remove the throttle body, so 12mm, 12mm, 14mm. Now I've seen a lot of people done this, and I've done it myself. I'm not gonna lie. When I put this intake back, there's a good chance I'm not gonna put this bolt back, because ultimately the sealing surface is right here. This is what matters right here. And if you got all the bolts properly torqued, you don't have to worry about the intake going anywhere. So I feel like that bracket right there, as far as I'm concerned, that's overkill. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. So yeah, so the intake is off. That was an adventure. I'm gonna elect to do the rear bank first, only because it's the hardest one. And there's very good videos on it by How to Automotive, Brian. I think that's about the best you're gonna get as far as like step-by-step process, because honestly you can't get a camera in there. But just if you're watching my channel, then I'll give you some tips, I guess. The main thing is to remove the wiring harness that you see right there. You just got to follow it and remove all of the different bolts and clips, whatever is attached to it, remove it. Now, as far as the valve cover gasket itself on the side, you got bolts that are very difficult to get to from the top. The best bet is to go from the underneath the car, and you can get a better access there. You have a long ratcheting wrench, 10mm, you can get to those bolts easily. But yeah, somebody been here before. You can see the tabs are broken on the connectors, which is typical Toyota. Everybody claims Toyota is such good quality cars, but this issue has been going on for over 10 years. They still haven't solved it yet. Anyhow. Alright, let me show you what we actually need to do. Gotta come all the way back here. First of all, let's get a overall picture of what's going on, so you see the way the head is tilted. Okay, never mind this hammer. Anyway, you gotta remove these. Sorry guys, this is kind of hectic, as you can imagine. These things right here, they have a bolt at the bottom. You just loosen it up, and then you can rest this one out of your way, because you're gonna need to do that. There's another one down here. All right, this connector, I don't know what it is, goes from this wire harness to this right here. It looks like an old, actually it is the O2 sensor. Oh cool, because I had to replace the O2 sensor anyway. Wow, that's great. Right, so okay, O2 sensor, undo it. And now, after you remove all of this different thing, look, now you got much slack from this wire. I can literally bungee cord it and out of my way some way. I can even zip tie it onto the these lines, brake lines, and that'll have me enough space or enough room to be able to snake this one out of here, I think, you know. But that's definitely not for the faint of heart. This job, if you're not a professional, you know, save yourself the headache, honestly, because you're gonna have to tow your car eventually to the professional to fix your mistakes. That's the second time I'm doing this particular one, or the third time, and to be honest with you, I've never had it easy. So right now I'm trying to get that one out. Okay, so I think from that side I would go down to get it from the underside, but this is all wet because of the recent snow, and I have a lot of oil leak on the ground, so I don't want to get myself too messy. I'm gonna try to do it without having to go underneath. I'm gonna remove this PCV hose at the risk of breaking it. That's the only reason why I left it there, because it's brittle at the bottom. As soon as I go trying to remove it, it's gonna just fall apart, and I don't have a replacement. It would be better if I had this out of my way, but absolutely no room from the top to get the bolt that's behind it. There's a bolt behind it at the bottom right here. I can feel it, but there's absolutely no way for me to get to it right now without really messing up meaning scratching my hand. So I got one last bolt. I feel like it's the most pesky bolt of all of them. It's one at the corner right there. If I can, passenger side lower, that's the most difficult bolt out of the entire job. Once you get that, the rest of them on the side is just a piece of cake, and we should be able to go ahead and remove this. Man, this is like 2.5 hours, and I haven't even done this. But I had to do the cooling system, thermostat, and whatnot also, so that kind of delayed me here at least about a half an hour to 1 hour. Cool. Let me try to get that bolt, and we'll come back and see what happens. All right, so I was able to loosen this bracket. Basically, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it, but see that right by the O2 sensor, you can actually, oh man, look at this guy. Really? Finally got my socket on it. If you can focus a little bit there. Little by little. I know you really can't see, but I can't put my light there because it's going to be in the way. But right there, I got my socket on it. And there she goes. A pesky bolt right there. That's it. Now we're home free. The rest of them should just come off very easily. Alright, so we're ready to pry up on this thing. Hopefully it doesn't break. Come on. There you go, you big baby, you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, 2.5 hours to get to this point. I need two hands because I got to fight with this harness. Well, not fight because it's really loose now. And the reason why it's loose, there's a connector on the side here. I will show it to you. I kind of mangled it, but it was necessary to give me the last bit of slack that I needed. There's this connector right here. It goes right here under the side of the head. I'm not sure where it goes to, what component that is. Hopefully when I remove the head, I'll be able to see clearly, but that's where it's at. So once you remove this last one, that's when you start having real good slack. Well, no, actually, that was, yeah, okay, it helped, but this is the main thing, the O2 sensor. Once you remove the O2 sensor, you really feel like you really feel like you have a lot more to go. Cool. So now, let me go do this. I don't have a camera stand, so I can't bring it with me. So I could have brought you guys with me. I just gotta angle it, and looks like it's coming out. Oh yes, yes. Got that sucker. There you go. Woo-wee. Yo, this job is worth every cent, honestly. Yeah, so now we gotta do the usual, the cleaning up, the gasket replacement and all that other crap. Let's see what the head looks like. Look at the cam lobes. Some of them got some wear on it, I ain't gonna lie. And I definitely could see some wear. Let me see if I can focus there. You can see that. Looks like the man did not do his oil change. He did not respect the oil change schedules. So definitely got some, but I don't think it's excessive at all. I mean, you know, for a motor this old, I think it's still very viable. So let me not talk too much and go ahead and do this, because dang, Bryce, I'm not even halfway through yet. So yeah, let me go ahead and do clean up and remove the half moons, and it's right there. I don't know if you can just pick it up right there, but there's a half moon that you gotta remove and reseal it. Man, you're already here, so why not? Alright guys, this was the gist of the job either way, so I'm not gonna film the rest of it because just, you know, that's the easy part. Alright, so I mean, really, there can't be no better time to do your O2 sensor. I'm not sure if it's accessible from the bottom. Maybe it is if you get a lift, but it seems to be like this is the ultimate access right there. I don't know if you can, you know what, let me get my light if I could. Just get yourself a nice little picture there. Let's go do this. Oh, okey-doke. Right, there's your O2 sensor. B1S1 SENSOR 1. So we're going to go ahead and try to remove that sucker. Got my O2 sensor socket right there. Woohoo! Can you see that? Now I need a big wrench for leverage, but I don't know if it's going to fit there. So let me use a smaller one of the. Let's see if it'll fit. Come on. Come on. You sucker. Yay. Alright. Oh, wee. No, sir. The small one ain't gonna do it. That's for sure. I want it on there. Whew. Yeah, I might have to set you guys down and do this thing properly, because this is not a joke. Not a joke at all. What I felt just now, I mean, you can even tell. I mean, it looks like it's fused or something. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that thing looked like it's fused on there. Really? Okay. But I'm gonna get the big wrench. I mean the big ratchet. And I'm gonna try to get the sucker out of here. Be back. Alright, so that's the big wrench right there. As you can see. Long one. Right there. Let's see how we gonna do now. Are you gonna do it? Oh yeah. Leverage. Physics. The part number, I think it's 2389047. We're gonna confirm just now. Yeah. Yeah, we had a code for this one, 2238, I believe. one important step you always got to check is the connector. I mean, sometimes it can look this part, but the connector may be completely different. And if that's the case, then you got to go and splice up the old 300. You got to dip in it, because you're not going to try to go back to the store just for that. Let me set this down, guys. Cool. 1 second. Get everything out of here. Compare the two parts. Make sure I got what up. Man, this one looks so fake, man. I swear to God. I'm not sure about this one. Even the Denso print, it looks just kind of fake to me. I ain't gonna lie. But I trust the owner. I gave him the Rock Auto link, and because I know the original one, you could say it's still there, Toyota, made by Denso. But this one right here, honestly, the print is just, I don't trust it at all. Honestly, I really do not trust it one bit. But only God knows where he got it from. Let's just make sure we got the same connector, and then and it looks to be the same to me. Alright, so let's put some NICs on the threads and put it back together. You can't be worried about some things like that, you know. You can only work with the parts you've been given. I didn't order the parts, so I am free from any blame. If it takes a crap in a week or so, that ain't my fault. Didn't buy it. I'm trying to get the excess off and realize it's a bit much there. Alright, that's good enough for me. Let's go put this baby back on there. Oh boy. Gonna go and chase the threads or whatnot, you know. Be a total professional, you can do that. Me, I'm gonna do it street style. That's about it right there. Where's my wrench? I'm gonna use a smaller wrench this time though. We don't need all that torque on that. It's just, once the gasket is crushed, that's all you need. If you go more than that, you really make it a painful job for the next person. Man, I have to come here and do it. If you have a, well, hopefully it'll outlast the car, because the car is pretty, I don't think it's gonna last much more anyway, so. I don't care if it's a Toyota or a Lexus, it's just too old. Oh, that's tight. That's good enough for me. Alright, I'll get that on this. Alright, so now we got a brand new O2 sensor. Can I see it? Man, the camera, I suck at this. Brand new O2 sensor. Not sure if that's the original, but it's there. And I got the crappiest and the crappiest of all gasket makers. Man, don't buy this one, man. I don't know which one is this, Permatex. This is a piece of shit, man. Fuel resistant. Maybe I bought the wrong one. Maybe I should have got oil resistant. Anyhow, because it's like so runny, it reminds me of that Honda Bond. It's a piece of crap. There you go. So this was leaking. I had to get some Gorilla duct tape to put on there temporarily until we get some new boots. But other than that, so far looks like everything is what it's supposed to be. So I will monitor this thing, and Again, hopefully we got no leaks, and here's a fix for this customer.